Hello, I'm Eric L. Robinson. Welcome to Students in the Digital Age. In this presentation, I take a look at technology in the classroom. In this video, I'll describe some of the characteristics of the students in the digital age, talk about appropriate teaching strategies for technology-enhanced instruction for students in various grade levels, English language learners, and students with special needs. Due to current COVID-19 restrictions, I was unable to travel to a classroom. However, I was able to conduct interviews via an online survey. For the Getting to Know You survey, I sent out questionnaires to 15 students and 11 responded. I asked a total of 10 questions. To give you some quick background on the students interviewed, they all attend Department of Defense Education Activity schools, otherwise known as DoDEA. DoDEA has 159 schools worldwide, and there are approximately 64,000 students within the system. Half these students are eligible for free or reduced price lunch. 49% of the students in the DoDEA system are female. However, according to the National Assessment of Educational Progress, the average academic performance of all students in DoDEA schools is high. Black and Hispanic DoDEA student academic performance is among the highest in the nation. Students of color comprise 40% of DoDEA student enrollment, whereas whites make up 44%. In response to the first question, do you have a computer at home to use for your schoolwork? 90.1% replied yes. In looking at the type of internet access that they had at home, all of the respondents stated that they had broadband access. 2 out of the 11 families queried stated that they had a limited amount of data allowed for internet access. Keeping in mind the current restrictions due to COVID-19, 63.64% of the respondents stated that they did not have a safe place to get regular internet access outside of their homes. When looking at the type of devices that they knew how to use, the majority knew how to use a PC, iPad, smartphone, a camera, microphone, for example. However, only 3 out of 11 knew how to use a smartboard, which was surprising given that smartboards are placed in all of the classrooms. When asked what their favorite social media apps were, the most popular was YouTube, followed by Facebook, and then Instagram. Question 7 was, what is your favorite subject and why? Of the 11 responses, there were 3 votes for both math and science, 1 vote each for history, biology, and PE, while art received 2 votes. Question 8 queried the students' least favorite subject. Math came in first. 6 of the respondents said that they did not enjoy math. There were 2 for history, 1 for geography, and 2 for reading. Some of the interesting comments on why they did not like these subjects. For those that picked math, it takes up too much time to complete assignments when there is no one to teach the subject correctly or explain in easier terms. Another student wrote, it can get confusing. Whereas in history, a very interesting comment was, we are not told all of the truth. Question 9 asked the students, what do you want to learn? Replies were, as much as I can to move on to the next grade. While another said, I would like to learn how to leverage technology to aid in learning. And the last question asked the students, do you have any comments, questions, or concerns? One of the parents wrote, my oldest can learn in any environment. He has been a straight A student since he has been graded. My daughter needs the school experience to excel. Online hurts her ability to stay focused and retain the work she is exposed to. I interviewed 3 teachers, one at grades 3 to 5, the other at 6 to 8, and the third one taught at grades 9 to 12. When queried on the devices used in the classroom or in online teaching, all of them used a desktop computer or a laptop. 2/3 used a mouse or trackpad, 1/3 a camera or other audio equipment. The teacher that taught STEM used Microsoft servers as well. I wondered how the teachers planned to integrate technology in their face-to-face or online instruction. One teacher said that she liked to play games such as Jeopardy or Draw It with her students. The STEM teacher said he will use hands-on instruction One of the teachers surveyed teaches Japanese. Her students used seesaw.me to turn in assignments. They also used Quizlet to practice vocabulary, Screencastify to create a presentation using Google Slides. She uses Zoom for her synchronous lessons, Mentimeter for brainstorming and comprehension check, Edpuzzle for watching video and answer comprehension questions, Flipgrid to create videos and leave comments for the other classmates. The most popular app or social media platform incorporated in teaching was YouTube, followed by Canva. Now I asked each teacher, how do you utilize technology to teach students with a learning disability? The second teacher stated that hands-on instruction is different for every student. She has to adjust her lesson plan accordingly, and she uses online tools such as YouTube, boom cards, and instructional videos, which allows her to teach to any student. In answering how technology enhances the classroom teaching experience, one teacher said using short videos really helps a lot. I also asked how technology has been disruptive to their classroom teaching experience. The second teacher said that there's always an element of students that will be online during lessons, usually browsing YouTube and other social media sites. Many of the teachers use Hapara to keep their eyes on students' PCs. None of the teachers used an audience response system such as polleverywhere.com. My ninth question, I asked the teachers, if applicable, how do you monitor student progress when teaching online? One teacher said, I stay interactive with the students. I ask questions and will call random students to respond to that question. And at the end of the class, I may give a random exam. And lastly, I asked if there's any other comments, questions, or concerns. Only one teacher said it's quite hard to prepare for 100% online classes, but so far, things are going quite well.